Oh yeah, and just one very short video here. I eventually found my current tap adapter. So basically when I'm using these XT60 connectors, if I want to measure the current going through a circuit, basically what I do is I use these. So the negative just goes negative straight through to power the device or to feed off to a device. The positive would effectively come in down this lead here, through the multimeter, and back out and through that lead. So basically this is an uninterrupted earth, or negative, and then a tapped off positive there. So that's a simple circuit that I use for when I'm trying to measure current. So just a brief example of that. Let me just go grab that drill battery again. So this is a simple example of how this would be set up. So this battery is clearly drawing some sort of power. We don't know what yet. So what we can do is unplug the input to the charger module, and we can plug it into the power tap, and we'll put the meter on 10 amp range, and we can then plug the device under test into the other port, and you can see straight away we've got about 35 milliamps. That's passing into the charger and the battery. So if I unplug the battery, you'll see the current slowly dropping down. So it looks like there was only about 7 or something milliamps going into the battery there. So if I now take the power tap out from there, so we're feeding power straight into the power tap now, or into the charger. But if we tap this time on the output of the charger, we'll now see that the battery state, this battery on this charger, is reading 16.8 volts, and it's only taking about 6 milliamps at present. So you can see that the battery is basically completely charged and is no longer in need of any power. So we'll just grab the other multimeter up. I probably can't read this one as clearly, so let me just prop it up using my mouse. There you go, that's readable I suppose. So we're on the voltage range. If I just measure across the top of the battery now, we've got 16.7. So that's a little bit, what's that work out as? So that's just under 4.2 volts per cell at 5 milliamps. So we've stabilized quite nicely at that. So that's just slightly under the 4.2 volts per cell. So this recharger circuit seems to be doing quite well. And obviously it's much easier to test and to work while we've got this tap in place. I use these connectors on many or most of my projects nowadays. I don't particularly like the barrel connectors any longer, so I use these for any of my personal projects, and I usually adapt back to a barrel if required. Anyway, that'll do. Thanks very much for watching once again. Have a good day. Bye bye.